Hi, I'm Jen. Welcome to my channel. So today I've got meals of the week. On Saturday I made a pie crust and made a cheese and onion pie. And there was that much left over that we had enough to have it for our dinner as well on Sunday. Instead of me cooking a Sunday dinner, this is what we had. So it was a really nice, simple meal to make. I did make a YouTube short of how I do my pie crust and the cheese and onion pie if you want to see how I made it. On Monday, we had sausage and chorizo pasta. Again, it's another really simple tea to make. So we've got pasta, sausage, onions, salt and pepper, brown sugar, chorizo sausage, some herbs, tins of chopped tomatoes. It's supposed to be double cream, but I didn't have any, so I used evaporated milk instead, with some garlic and some tomato puree. I just started by frying my onions, garlic and chorizo sausage in some butter, or you can use oil. And then I already cooked the sausages in the air fryer, so then I added my sausages. Then I added my salt and pepper and my herbs. Then add the tomato puree and the tins of chopped tomatoes. Once you've mixed the tomatoes in, you can then add your double cream or evaporated milk. You can then add your pasta, plate it up, and it's ready to serve. For Tuesday night's tea, we had sausage mash and onion gravy. I just started by putting the sausages in the air fryer. Then I boiled my potatoes in some salted water. I then melted some butter in a pan and added my onions with some salt and pepper and let them cook for a while. Once my potatoes had boiled, I added them into a bowl and added some butter, salt and pepper, and I mixed it with a little bit of evaporated milk. I then added my gravy in the pan with my onions, stirred it up till it got a little bit thicker. Then it's ready to serve up. I served it with peas. So on Wednesday I made corned beef hash. I had potatoes from what I bought in the shopping and I had some corned beef in the cupboard, so I just made corned beef hash and I served it up with egg, and this is a really nice, simple, budget friendly meal. On Thursday we had sausage, chips and egg. This is one of my husband's favourite dinners. He loves really simple dinners sometimes, and two of my children will also eat this. I know this is the third time having sausages for our tea this week, but I did just want to use everything up what I bought in the shop for our dinners. On Friday I made a pot roast. So I just seasoned the meat with salt and pepper and cut all my vegetables up ready to put in the Instant Pot later on. I put the Instant Pot on saute and browned up the steaks in some olive oil. Once browned, I removed the steaks and just set them aside. Then I added my onions to a little bit more oil, and then I put in a splash of red wine. Once I'd cooked the onions for a while, I added 3 cups of beef stock, some rosemary, thyme, salt and pepper, and then I added the steaks back in. I then added back in the carrot, celery and potatoes. I set the timer for 1 hour on high pressure to cook. Once it's ready, the meat will just fall apart and it is so nice. You should really try this for tea. I served it with peas and I put some butter on the potatoes. I did actually make this again on Sunday for our Sunday dinner, but I added Yorkshire puddings and gravy with it, and that was really nice. I've also added in some of the snacks that I made my children. I made some muffins, some waffles and some cookies. So that's all the meals for this week. I really hope you've liked this video. If you have, please give it a like and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.